What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Tie-Dye Tanks. My name is Jeremy. I am here to give you another video in the Tie-Dye 101 series. We've been showing you some simple designs, how to tie and dye them. I showed you equipment needs and how to mix dyes and how to prep your shirts for dyeing. Now I'm going to go on to another simple design, and I wouldn't really call it simple actually. It's a heart. The heart is difficult at first to get down because of the way that the curvature of the heart is. Actually, people either overcompensate the curvature or undercompensate on it, and it either looks like a circle or it looks like a split in half heart or something like that. It just doesn't look right. It takes a couple of times, if you ask me, to get it down before you are an expert at it, and I wouldn't even say I'm an expert at it yet, but I've done a few of them. And it's basically, if you can get your line as straight as possible, you'll have a good heart in your tie-dye. Now I'm going to get right into tying it. This is going to be the first part of the video, and it's going to be tying it. I'm going to dye it and rinse it out in a second video. And in that second video, the rinsing out is going to be my tutorial showing you how to rinse out shirts and how to wash them out as well. So I'm going to adjust the camera, and we're going to get right into tying the piece up and show you how to tie up a heart. Okay, as for all my designs, I have my shirt laid out flat on the table. This shirt has been pre-washed. It has been soaked in soda ash, and then it's been spun out in the washer on spin only. I like that setting on the washer because it gets your shirt as damp as possible without it being overly damp or too dry. So I'm going to get some gloves on here because my hands are dry always, and the soda ash will affect them even more. That's from years of wearing gloves and having my hands in water and all that kind of stuff. So, I see we have a long hair here. I don't know whose hair that is. Definitely not mine. Okay. Anyway, here is the shirt. We have it out on the table. Now for a heart, I could either do a heart where I fold it in half so you have a heart on both sides, or I could do it where you have the heart on just one side, which I'm going to show you how to do. To find the middle of the shirt on these, I will go right where the tag is, hold the tag down, and indicate right on the neck where the middle of that is, where the tag is. I'll grab that part of the neck up like this, pinch it. I'll go over here and I'll find the middle of the bottom part of the shirt, pinch it up, and slightly toss it a little bit so the back comes out, as you can see. I'll lay it down. When I lay it down like that, I'll make sure I smooth it out. Now, I'm always going to come over here and make sure that both of the bottoms are even on the shirt, because that's where you can tell, that's how you can tell that it's even. It may not be 100% perfect, but as long as it's close. Okay, now that I have the shirt out on the table, I'm ready to draw my heart on it. Now, if you're not good at drawing out a heart, you might want to make a stencil or something at first. Hearts are pretty easy though. I just start over here, come around, and this is just, I do them all different kinds of ways. You can do it however you want. Now, after I get done drawing my heart, I need to make this line here turn into a straight line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this design and manipulate the shirt to make this line into a straight line. I like to start on the bottom. Some people like to start up at the other end. But I'm going to accordion fold these. I'm going to make them as even as possible on the size of the pleat. And as you can see, as I'm going up, I'm making sure that I keep that line straight with every fold. I'm going to do a couple more really quickly and then show you what it looks like before we get to the bend here. The bend is the hardest part. Okay. As you see, right before we get to the bend part, you see I'm keeping a straight line there. I'm going to continue to manipulate and move the shirt around while I do this. I just need to keep that line straight the whole time. And as you get going, you will get frustrated with this and you'll say, oh, my line's not straight enough. Sometimes it's okay, you can compensate with the die, but you want to try as hard as possible to get it straight. So every time I fold a pleat, I'm moving the shirt a little bit to make sure that I can get the other pleat and make it straight. As you can see, it's still straight. And coming up is the worst part, because when you get up here to the end, obviously it's going to be a little weird. Sometimes I'll show you what it can do now. It can pinch up like this and fold up on you. You just need to keep your finger on there and use your other fingers. As you can see, I'm still just manipulating the shirt, and I'll show you the straight line after I make this fold. You see the line is still straight. I'm almost at the end. These will take you a little bit of time at first, like I said, but take your time. Always be patient with tie-dye. If you're patient, you'll get good results. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'm going to hold it a little bit weird, but I have a straight line there. Complete straight line, and that's exactly what we wanted. Now I'm going to let go of it for just a second. And I'm going to take a rubber band and I'm doubling it up. I'm going to hold that line together while I put this rubber band on there. As you can see, I banded it right there. Now I'm going to quickly put another band right behind it, because that will hold it into place better. Make sure it does not fold up on you. I'm going to put one more band right in front of that band. Now these 3 bands should be sufficient enough to hold it to where I can show it. As you can see, it's a straight line. I turn that curved line into a straight line just by folding it. Now I'm going to lay this back down, and I'm going to tie the rest of the shirt. I'm just going to scrunch the rest of this shirt. So what I do when I do a symmetrical scrunch, or any kind of scrunch, I will take my sleeve and I will fold it into the other sleeve so you can get symmetrical designs on both sides. As you can see, I like to line these up. I like to manipulate the sleeve to where it's completely even all the way around. It might take you a little bit longer sometimes, but if your shirts will look better, like I said, if you take time. As you can see, it's even there. So what I'll do with that, I will take it and smash it down into there and scrunch it as I go along. I want it to be one layer, because when you start layering up these scrunches on top of each other, then it does not dye properly. I also want to make sure that I have these two seams here put together so that is completely perfectly symmetrical. And I'm going to scrunch it, keep scrunching here. Just going to make sure the back is straight. You'll have to pull this out sometimes. As you can see, I had to pull that out. Okay. Now before I band it, I'll show you how it's tied there. That's a heart with a scrunch back. It's a scrunch background. I'm going to band that up now. Use some larger bands on the thicker parts of the shirt here. When I put the bands on, I'm going to make sure that they don't collapse the shirt in. So I will hold it until I'm certain that it's not going to collapse. Okay. Get to the end, I'll use a smaller band down there. One right here. Okay. Now I always do diagonals on every scrunch. I'll put a diagonal band here. And one diagonal band on the other side, just like that. I'm going to add a couple more just to make sure that this is structurally sound so I can pick it up, show it to you. I'm putting a couple bands on the heart there. Okay, I'm going to explain to you what the sides are now on this. Alright. Now, here's my shirt. This side here is my heart. Anything on that side. And everything on this side is the background. Now I'm going to show you how to dye this in another video. But basically I'll go over it really quick for you, just explain it a little bit, but we're going to actually show it to you in the next video. Everything on this side is going to be dyed heart colors, whatever heart colors you want. I'm going to use dragon fruit and hot pink. Anything on this side from here on is your background, and you can do that whatever you want. You could do a single color, you could do rainbow colors, you could do whatever you want. I mean, it's up to you. But like I said, we're going to be dyeing this in another video. So I'm going to bag this up like I normally do, and we'll dye it here soon. If you like this video, give it a like. If you would like to see some more videos from me in the future, especially tie-dye tutorials and tips and tricks, go ahead and give me a subscribe. And I will see you guys next time when we dye this bad boy up and rinse it out. And see y'all later. Keep on dyeing.